just by waving it in the space and see what the reaction was. Because with canines, they can't tell you directly, hey, I don't like that, that's too strong, that's too much, whatever. But so you want to watch for the reaction. Now, I have 2 labs, and they act differently. One, he puts his ears back, he pulls away. The other, she starts licking the air when I put stuff out. I took them to the vet yesterday, both of them at the same time. They're 70-pound dogs, okay? They're super excited, okay? They're happier than the happy dance, okay? So I took the anti-stress, and I put it in my car. I took it on Kleenex, I turned on the air conditioner, let it fly into the car, and I put a couple of drops on the liner that I have to cover my back seat. Then when I got into the vet, we were waiting, and I just kept opening the bottle and waving it for them. They were laying on the floor, both of them, in the vet's office, just really calm. We went into the exam room, took a Kleenex, put a couple of drops on, left it in the room. The vet and the technician came in, and everybody was calm, and the vet asked me, you know, what is that? I explained to her what it was. Not only did it help the dogs, but now I'm going to go back up there and do a lunch and learn for them. So what is the benefit of essential oils for canines? Well, it's the calming effect. I just gave you an illustration of that. The other thing, it can help behavior, freshen environment, insect repellent, okay, fleas and ticks. There's a lot of information in your handout about how to create, it's okay?
I'm having a moment.
It's okay. How to create the insect repellent. There are a couple different ways, and if you're an information person, what you're going to find out is that there are a lot of different opinions out there about how to use essential oil with dogs, okay? And cats are a different subject, and I'm not talking about cats today, okay? I mean, I love cats, don't get me wrong, but it's a very different animal. So I recommend that you start treating dogs like you would children or people with compromised health. Okay, so first choice is put it on something that you can take out of the environment. So use it on a Kleenex first to introduce it, or open the bottle, introduce it, close the bottle back up. Okay? Then you can put it on something in the environment, and then last line is you can put it on them. Okay? So like, for example, geranium oil is really great for ticks. If you're a person who has a dog, wants to hike with, you can put a drop on their tail if they're a dog with a tail, because then with them waving their tail around, moving around, it keeps the area around them. It's a natural diffuser. You can also put it between their shoulder blades. Okay? Right. So geranium oil, you know, is a strong scent. So you want to introduce that too, because they cannot get away from it once you put it on them. Okay?
And the vet said these are okay to put on them.
They're totally safe to put on.
It's just probably safer than
It's safer than the chemicals that you put on your dog. Now, there are recipes and for creating a spray. And I've given you a recipe. I've modified it to go with our products, okay? And I've given you a list of the products that I recommend for us to use. I haven't tried the creams and stuff with my dogs, but I have used single essential oils. I've used lavender, the bergamot, I've used orange, geranium, and peppermint, okay? I've used anti-stress, and I have used body balm. And what is the other one that's here? I am going to, over the next little bit, try the creams on my dogs because, you know, they're my dogs. I use oils with my canine clients. I'll use the anti-stress with the lavender or the orange. Now, one of my dogs doesn't like lavender, but I put the orange in front of him, and he likes that. And orange essential oil is a calming oil. So keep in mind that, you know, just like your human clients, they have different tastes. Same with canine clients. The other thing is, as consultants, we're going into people's homes, okay? If you have a fear of a dog, if the person has a dog and you really don't like dogs, put anti-stress, and depending on the size of the dog, at the nose height of the dog. So somewhere hip, knee, ankle, okay, on you. So when you walk into the room, the dog's gonna come up and smell you, and they're gonna smell the anti-stress and they're gonna calm down. Okay?
That is so, just spray all my guests.
Yeah, you know?
Just put this on.
What about cats?
Okay.
Stay away from you.
Cats are different, and I've been trained one way, and there's a lot of information out there about cats and essential oils. I've been trained, don't use essential oils on cats. There's a lot of information that certain oils are certainly safe to use with cats, but we are talking about canines today. Okay, so what I did was I found a simple recipe, and you see this says dog on it because I have spray bottles around my house for my cats to train them not to go places, and I don't want to squirt them in the face with this or anything like that. So I've modified the recipe, and all this is 14 ounces, less than now that I've used it, 14 ounces of witch hazel and 12 to 15 drops of anti-stress. Because a lot of the recipes for flea repellent is lavender, lemongrass, cedar, geranium, okay? What's in our anti-stress? Okay, so you put it in, it's in witch hazel. You could, if you're gonna keep it for a longer period of time, put it in a blue or brown bottle. I have two 70-pound dogs. This is not gonna last very long in my house, okay? You can then use this to spray bedding to get rid of fleas. You can spray it on them once you get them used to the smell of the essential oil if they are agreeable. You can spray it in their exercise areas outside, okay? So, you know, the quickest way dogs get fleas on them is walking in the grass. Spray it where they go outside, spray it on their bedding, around your entryway, and the fleas are gonna go, okay? So it's really simple, measured out. You can use spring water if you don't wanna use witch hazel. Witch hazel is totally safe to use on dogs. You could just take some drops and put it in a water bottle, shake it, pour it in here, and you're good to go, okay? A couple other things I wanna tell you. Less is more with the dogs and cutting in the essential oils, okay? Their sense of smell is, for the most part, super heightened compared to ours. So, when I look at a recipe for something, like making flea repellent, the recipe that I saw online had 12 drops of lavender, 12 drops of lemongrass, 12 drops of cedar, okay? I thought, I'm just gonna put my anti-stress in there, and that's gonna take care of the fleas, and it's gonna keep the dog calm. Okay, so less is more, and like I said, introduce first, okay? You can soak a cloth collar in the mixture and then let it dry, and it would be a flea collar. But again, keeping it on the dog is really the question, okay? Because they can't get away from it, and that's how you want to introduce it first, okay?
Would both of your dogs tolerate the collar?
One would, one wouldn't. One, he still kind of puts his nose, he does like this when you smell him. Yeah. So for him, I mean, I have sprayed him with that spray, and he's okay with that. They swim in the pool a lot, so quick applications. The other thing is that you can spray your furniture and carpet with the anti-stress and water. If you're concerned that you have a flea problem with bringing things in, it freshens the carpet. It's a really nice way to freshen the room.
Makes sense.
And it also, again, gives you that overall calming sense. You know, everybody that's going to come into your house is going to do
Okay, no, no.
Yeah, you can put it in your diffuser too. You can absolutely put it in your diffuser. You can use it on the terracotta tiles like we talked about. You know, you've got a lot of different options. I did list out some oils and what their recommended uses for. So like some are like bergamot is antifungal, that kind of thing, so that you know what you can use it for, okay? And then lastly, I've given you a couple of references, okay? All the information on this document I pulled from a couple of websites, or I pulled the information out of our consultant guide talking about what the products do. Okay, there is one site that is absolutely fabulous for those of you who want to learn more about essential oils and what they do, and it's that aromatherapybible.com. She writes up, she is a clinical aromatherapist, okay? She writes up extensive information, probably more than we need to know about essential oils, but if that helps you feel confident in speaking about our products, I recommend using that as a reference, okay? But our consultant guide has ample information to give you confidence to be able to recommend, okay? And I've given you a list of what I would say are the products that you can use with, and the single oils that you can use with. Dog train places to put it on your dogs. If you do obedience classes, put it on before and after you go to obedience. If you are willing, here's an idea, if you are willing to have a dog spa, okay, for your friends that are dog owners, I would recommend not having all the dogs come to the spa, okay? I would recommend having the person who's hosting the spa, either it's you and you have a dog, or you're going to a host's house and they have a dog. I would recommend going over and introducing the oils to the dog before the spa first, and then use that dog as the demo, okay? Just simply because canines can get chaotic. On occasion I do these massage clinics where I teach people how to take care of their canines with massage, and I introduce lavender, or now I'm going to use anti-stress, and it's a room full of dogs, 15, 20 dogs, and there are people in the room, and I have someone walk around and let each dog smell the oil, and then they all calm down. It's chaos, and then it settles. And yes, I will videotape the next one that I do and put that online.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Okay? I will, because I knew that was coming. All right.
I got a whole list for you to do right here.
I figured you probably did. That's good. Any questions? I know I kind of rattled through that. There is a lot of information, a lot of sites. There's a lot of contradiction between put it on, not put it on. Okay? I'm going to say treat the dog as an individual.